see by the colour combination why I name it the Adams hopper. Now the Adams is a dry fly famous in America and here. It's a great pattern. So actually using that colour combination in another style makes sense. So tying it as a hopper like I've done here, and especially for midge patterns, this is a great colour combination and it works extremely well. Now I've tied this many years ago and I'm still tying it, so one or two guys that I tied used to fish the competitions, was one of the top flies, both spring of the year right through the whole of the season, so you just have to tie in different sizes. This is a size 10, now it's a B160 size 10, so what that means is this style of hook is, the shank is equivalent to a size 12, but the gape is equivalent to a size 10. So it's an ideal dry fly type hook, especially one with a bit of hackle in it. So it's quite simple to tie. So thread, just use a grey, or in this case I'm using a black 80 Uni. You start at the eye, come down about a third of the way, and then I'm going to rib it. Now the original fly I tied didn't have a rib, but a rib it now, it lasts much longer if you do that. Now I do tie them with a pearl rib and with a clear wrap. The clear wrap is one of the best in my view. I like the clear wrap. Sometimes I don't like too much flash. So the clear wrap will give the nice segmented body as well as the protection. And colour, a bit of colour in it. You can change the colour of the clear wrap. You can colour it with pen, which I've done black and grey, and a couple of other colours, but you can experiment yourself. Now, as you see, I tied that on the way down and I came slightly around the bend, which I like to do in the 160. The body is a mix of possum, an actual possum, and a UV Lite Brite or angel hair, whatever you have. Possum is really good for dries, so I'm just going to lightly dub it on. Just don't tighten it up too much. What you want to do is get the rib to sit into the dubbing a bit. Add a wee touch more. Just slightly thicken the body up a wee bit. So to do that you can come down and then back up. There we are. It's a wee bit better. And then we bring the rib up through. Spacing it out, making a nice segmented body, and the last turn just draw back these fibres that's going forward and bring it up. That turn bringing up will hold it. It's a very midge-like body, which we're really trying to represent. Legs, you can pre-knotted. This is cock pheasant tail. This is the vineyards. Now you're looking around about half a dozen. Just bring them 90 degrees from the feather stem. The tips should line up, as you can see there. And once they've lined up, you can tear them away. Just take them off. Now there's a couple of broken fibres or broken ones in there, and I compensated for that. So if I don't throw them away, just tie them in. They're not going to make any difference, unless you want to take a picture of it. But so you're looking like an even split of fibres either side. 6, there's actually quite a few on here, but I'm not going to take it away. Now 6 is about right. Length, probably twice the body length. Just offer them slightly, I'm really on top and sides. So once I get the shape I want to hold them, come round with 2 or 3 turns loose, tighten up slightly. And just position these fibres where you want. There we are. You can see the broken one there, but don't worry about it, as I say. And tighten up when you're happy. Trim away the waste. Tidy the area where you're going to tie in your hackles and your dubbing. Now, you could put 2 hackle tips in it if you want, 2 small Grizzle ones. Now, I'm going to do that just to show you. Don't have to, but I'll put them on anyway. This is just an Indian cock neck Grizzle. You could use a genetic one, hen, whatever you have. See, this will give more a Midge-like look. So at 2, just a loose turn on top, 2, and you can see how I've got the 2 fibres coming down. It's just small impressions of wings. Again, we can tighten up. You don't have to do that. I'm just showing you, giving you something to try. Now, this is an Indian cock neck again, and this is just basically an actual red. Now, fibre length, about 1 1/4 the gape anyway. Just slightly bigger, I need a wee bit longer than that. I like to separate the Grizzle from the natural red. It's a wee bit better. Now you can see there's this feather, it's got a bit of black down the bottom, so I'm going to tie some of that in because I do like that. A couple of turns to get it started or hold it. Now I'm using a saddle. This is a Grizzle, a micro barb, or from Metz, or a grade 2 Metz would do it, or a whiting. A bronze grade is the one I like. Just make sure that's tied in. Come back up, ready to tie in some more of the dubbing. Just cut the corner off the packet and then use my scissors to bring it out. Just nice and light, don't need too much. Again, slightly dub it on. I'm just going to form a nice light thorax. Even if I go up and down, bringing it through to form a nice shape. That looks fine. And remember, leave yourself room to tie off the hackles. I'm going to bring the Grizzle through first. Now the length of the fibre is much shorter than the Indian, so they can separate. 2 or 3 turns to hold. There's about 3 or 4 turns down the thorax. Then I'm going to use my hackle pliers here so you can see what I'm doing. I turn at the top. And you see how the fibres are much longer. Really looks very oversized, and so don't worry about it. That's what hoppers are like. It's what I like to see in some hoppers. Now again, come 2 or 3 turns down, catch it in, remove, hackle pliers, fold it back. Anything going forward, you can encourage them back with the turns of thread. Just keep the thread tight at this point and then come in with finish. The thread tight. Now there's the tip of our Indian hackle. Just break that off, or cut it off anyway, it's up to yourself. Now I'm going to show you how to separate these fibres. I'll encourage that to happen. Now when you're fishing the fly, what will happen is these natural red fibres, because they're much longer, will sit further back. Yeah, I'm going to just encourage that by using the hairdryer. So you can see the Grizzle hackle coming through. Now, there we are. And then what we do is just come in, a bit of varnish, all the way around. And that's the Adam's hopper.